So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a website using Squarespace. I'm going to walk you through step by step in the process, showing you how to edit your site, how to add content to your site, how to accept payments, and everything else that you might need to know on how to build your website. So let's go ahead and get started with this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Squarespace's website. You can go to santrelmedia.com/Squarespace. It is an affiliate link, so it helps keep these videos free and support the channel. We'd always appreciate if you use that, but certainly no pressure. You can just find your way onto Squarespace and we can go ahead and click on Get Started. Okay, so now we're going to tell Squarespace what our website is about, and they're going to try to help us to pick a website that is going to be the best fit for our type of business, because some people might be watching this tutorial who are building an e-commerce store. Others might be doing things like design or consulting or art. So it's going to be kind of a wide array of people watching this tutorial, but you can just type in what you're looking for your site topic to be. Or what I would suggest doing is going to the upper right corner here, and they kind of hide it, but if you can just click on I'm just browsing, you'll see all these different templates that are available to us. And I actually prefer to do this because this is going to really, like, we're able to pick and see what the potential site could look like, and it's really helpful for inspiration as well. So I would recommend going through here, browsing, and then if you see a site that you think looks really good, you can just click on it and start using that as a template. So that's what I'm going to do here. You can select the type of business and it'll help narrow it down for you. But let's say that for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be making a site for my photography business. And so I think this one looks pretty interesting. You know, this is the wedding photography template. I think it looks pretty nice, right? And I could do something with this. So let's say that I'm going to go with this one. I can choose the different colors for it. So, you know, honestly, I really want to just go black and white for this because I think it looks a lot cleaner for something like a wedding. And then I can click on start with this design. Now, they're going to make you go through and set up a Squarespace account. I'd recommend just, you know, it takes 2 minutes to do this, and then you'll be able to save all of your progress when you create an account, okay? It's not going to cost you money up front. You have a 14-day trial to build your website, and then if you like it, you can get a domain and you can publish that right here inside of your Squarespace dashboard. So this is our dashboard. I'm going to walk you through everything here that you need to know, but on the left-hand side, this is going to be the primary navigation. So we can go to our website. We can see what it looks like, right? And then we can edit it. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. We can add things like products and services. So if you have physical products that you're selling or services or gift cards, you can add all of them in here in the dashboard. If you have any type of memberships or courses that you're selling, and then scheduling is one of my favorites, actually. The ability for people to book appointments directly on your website using Acuity scheduling. So these are all things you can do, including email campaigns. So when you collect emails, you'll be able to capture those and then send out an email to everyone on your list who has entered that in there. Really important for business owners. We have some tutorials on email marketing. Won't talk about that too much in this video, but I definitely would recommend it. Okay, so let's go up to the home here on the navigation, and they're going to help us out actually with the first 3 steps of getting our site up and running. So we want to personalize our site header and our logo. So let's just go ahead and do that. So on every website, you're going to have a header, which is up here, and you're going to have something called a footer at the bottom. This is going to show up on pretty much every page of your website. You probably recognize this. It looks very familiar for most websites. So you're going to want to modify these. So in order to do this, it's pretty easy. We can just click on Edit Site Header. We can edit our site title, which is going to be Santrel Photography. And then you can add your logo as well if that is going to be relevant for you. Now, we have the navigation up here, and this is going to be the different pages for our website. So let's say that, you know, we have an about page, a services page, and a blog page, but maybe I want to have a page really focused on weddings, like weddings that we've done photography for, and maybe some testimonials on that page. We're also going to need to have a contact. It looks like we have it over here, but I might want it to be right here in the middle. So in order to do this, to add new pages, all we have to do is let's click on save here, and then we're going to exit out. We're going to go to website and we're going to click on pages. And this is how we're going to add new pages at the top that we can then begin to edit. So this is really the first thing that I recommend most people doing. Okay. So we can click on the plus here, and I want to add a page titled weddings, but I'm going to really go off of a template on here as well. And let's click on portfolio. Okay, I'm going to go with a gallery here of the different weddings that we've shot, right? So I think this would be perfect. This one looks very clean here. So I'm going to insert that, and then I'm going to title it weddings, and I'm going to add a contact page as well. This one looks good. Keep it as contact. Okay, so now we have these 5 things up here. I don't really need a blog, so I can just delete that. So we've removed it there. And then I want to change the order of these as well. I want the contact to be on the right-hand side. So I just click it and I drag it here. And I want weddings to be right there. And I want services to be in the front. Okay, so something like that. I think that looks fine. So that's how we're going to edit each one of those pages in the header. And so when you're happy with that, you can just go back to website, go to home. Okay, so, we can do other things as well. Let's say we want to get rid of this contact button because we already have it right here. And maybe we want to add our Instagram. I can just do that by inserting the link to my Instagram right here, right? And now when someone clicks on that, it's going to take them to our photography Instagram. We can add our other things as well, like our YouTube channel or TikTok or any other social platform that you might be using. You can do that very easily. All right, so that's the header. We're going to click on save here. Now we have the footer as well. It's going to be very similar to that. So you can edit that. You can collect emails, which I really would recommend doing. Put that in your footer. It's going to help you to grow your business. I can almost promise you that. But once you've done your header and footer, now we're going to want to customize our brand style. So you can click on this here, and this is where we're going to edit some of the fonts or some of the colors. So perhaps we don't really like this font and we want it to be something different. So it's pretty easy to do this here. We can click on reset font pack. So I can browse through the various different fonts here and find one that I think is going to be very fitting for my company. I think this one looks nice here. It's pretty clean, but I want something that looks a little bit more like Times New Roman or like classy. So let me browse a bit more. I think this one looks great right here. So I can just click on that and we can see how it looks in our page here. I think it looks very nice. So I'm going to click on save. We can go back here. We can change the more things, more different types of fonts here. We can decide what our buttons are going to look like as well. But when we're happy with our fonts, we can go and we can modify our colors. When we're happy with that, we can modify the buttons on our site as well. So for the buttons, maybe we want not this square black button, but we want it to be a little bit different. Let's look at some button packs here. And I kind of like this. It just kind of takes some of the edges off here. So I'm going to just click on that. And now we have this new button style on all of our pages. So those are like the key big things that you're going to want to think about is editing your fonts and your colors. I would also recommend doing that in the beginning because I've seen this has happened to me many times where I have built out my entire website, then I decided to change the font and suddenly everything got messed up within the site because the font takes up different amounts of space and it can kind of just mess things up. So I would pick your font before you start filling out the information on your website. That's just a quick pointer there. Okay, so we've done this. Now let's begin editing our website. So I'm going to exit here and I'm going to click on website. And now we can start to edit our page here. So let's start off with the services page because this is where people are going to come to or to the homepage of Santrel Photography. And so I'm going to click on edit and now I'm going to modify this. So I'm going to edit this section here. The background photo, I'm going to replace that. It's very easy to do this. We can upload a file of our own or you can even browse from stock images. So let me look up wedding just because I'm not actually a wedding photographer. If you haven't figured that out, I'm just doing this for a tutorial here. So as we placed our photo in, you can see that it's cropped and that's not very good. Luckily, this is very easy to fix. If we click on edit here, we can change the crop of it and so that it fits better into our frame. So maybe we want it to be more of a custom. So let me just modify this here, something like that, I would say. Let's save that, see how it looks. And that looks so much better. So adding photos, adding videos, very easy to do. If you want to, say you want to add a section between something here, it's very easy to do that as well. So we can just click on add section and then we can choose from all these different things. So perhaps we want to just add a photo or we want to add like an image here. Very easy to do. We click on that, and now we have this whole space here for us to add another image, and I can just click on it there, and I can replace that and upload my own file. All right, so I added that in there. And I can even attach links to it as well if I want that photo to link to maybe this specific wedding that I was making photos for. I can do that and have it to be a clickable photo. So, now I'm going to go out here, click on save. I would recommend clicking on save from time to time just so that you don't lose everything. It doesn't always automatically save. So I'm going to add some really nice words in here like your love story frame by frame. And I'm going to make this font much bigger. I'll make it actually heading 1. I'll make it bold. I will center that. And there we go, right? So that looks pretty good. Kind of gets those emotions going a little bit. And I think this site's already coming together very quickly. As you can see, a lot of these things are pretty intuitive for building your site when it comes to text and images. So you can go through here and add in the different things that you need for your website on each one of your pages. So we're going to click on save. I'm going to exit back out here because I want to show you a few other really important things. So for this tutorial, this is a wedding business, but if you have a physical product that you're selling, you can just enter in the information here, right? So let's say that it's like tennis balls or something that you're selling, a description, the price, images for it, the inventory that you have available, and the fulfillment process, how it's being shipped. You can connect things like Stripe so that you can accept payments, or you can connect your PayPal to accept payments. You can do all of that within this dashboard here of products from Squarespace. And they've really come a long way because honestly, 5 years ago, selling things on Squarespace was not very easy. It's so much easier today to enter in your product info and list it on your site. So once we've done that, we can save it. Right? We can save it as hidden if we just want to do that for now. So that is how you do products, you list products. All right, now there's 2 more things that I want to show you. One of them is emails. So on the left-hand side, we click on email campaigns. I really would recommend everyone setting up, even if it's something like a newsletter or a discount for a product that you might have, we can create one here. So I clicked on newsletter, and now I can create a campaign. I can write the email right now inside of here, or maybe I did it inside of like Microsoft Word, and I can just paste it in here. So there is one more very important step for building your Squarespace website, and that is publishing it, right? So getting a domain and getting it out into the world so that people can find it when they Google you or when they type in your domain, that it shows up and it works properly. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go down to the bottom, and you have the option to subscribe. So Squarespace has 4 different plans that are available. We have anything from $16 a month at the basic plan all the way up to $99 per month. Now, most people are going to be okay with just doing the basic plan, but I'm going to show you some things that are going to be very important here. Now, with all of these, you're going to get a free custom domain, which is going to be some really great value. Whether you're doing the basic plan or the advanced, you're still getting that free domain. You're getting the SEO tools. You're getting unlimited bandwidth for your website. So for most people, you're going to be okay with just the basic website. But I do want to note one thing here, which is if you scroll down and we look at the ways to accept payments and the fees that Squarespace charges. So if you are selling a lot of products, especially if you're selling like, tens or dozens or hundreds of products on your website, then you might be better off with the higher plans, because on the basic plan, you are paying for things like an online store transaction fee of 2%, where the core plan, you don't have that fee. Same goes for if you're selling like online courses, you have a 7% fee from Squarespace on the basic plan, but only a 1% fee on the plus plan. So take that into consideration, look at it, think about how much product you might be selling on your site, and then you can determine what site you want to have. I know a lot of people who start with the basic plan, and then as they begin to sell more products, it becomes worth it to upgrade to the core or to the plus so that they don't pay as many fees. So let's say that, for this photography one, I'm not selling anything. So I'm going to click on the basic plan. I'm going to pay annually here. I'm going to confirm that selection. And then I'm going to go through the payment process. And as we go through this, we'll also be able to pick a domain for our website. So when you're picking a domain for your website, I would recommend keeping it nice and short. So like santrelphotography.com. I think that sounds pretty good. .com endings are attractive. People feel like they are safe with them. I just wouldn't recommend like getting some weird long domain that's like 50 letters long with a weird like .net ending to it. People are just going to think that's malware and they're not going to want to click on it. Okay. So try to get that .com ending or like a .io or .org if you're a nonprofit, but something along those lines. And then you can publish your website. So anytime that you want to go back in and you want to edit your site, you can just come here and you can do it very easily. I love Squarespace. They've gotten so much better over the years, and I would recommend them for everyone for building a site. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I can try to help you out to figure out like if you have bugs trying to like fix your website, I can help you with that. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you found some value in it, and I'll see everybody sometime in a future video.